and brought locusts floods and plagues. So how can these guys be positive? That's my point. That's all. Like, I'm not going against scriptural or any of that. I'm just using data which I have, because if this is true, this could be an invasion force. It's very simple. And we're all like happy, oh, there's no violence, and then they come down and we're meat.
Do you think that they need to come here to blow us up?
Well, they wouldn't want to blow us up because it's a waste of resource.
They don't need
They couldn't conquer us in a land war because they tried to do that throughout the whole Bible. They lost it, so now they have to do psychops. Go ahead.
The Bible was written how many thousand years ago by people with what technology? And a lot of it's poetic.
Yeah, but raining fire is raining fire.
People.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you're...
like that.
No, you guys are racist, and I'm not claiming you are.
Why even think about it, you know? Who would be gone like that if they wanted to? 25,000 years. We can do it ourselves now, and we're so primitive. 6 times over the planet.
What if they don't want to destroy us? Because they create us for a reason, right? If you create something and it is not working, then you go, right, it's gone. But if you create something as a resource, because we're bigger than them, we're stronger than them, we have more aggression than they do, and they're trying to control us, following just basic logic, where does that take you?
They can make robots that look just like you.
That's a
They
scary
can program them to whatever they want, but they program them to do whatever you want.
Have you ever seen Rael bleed?
Pardon me?
Have you ever seen Rael bleed?
Bleed?
Bleed. Blood. Come on. How do you know he's not a robot? It's just a question. It's just a
question.
They would
I hugged him.
Oh, have you?
Oh, yeah.
It's just a question. In case, like, he's like, don't touch me, because there's like a lot of security around him and whatnot, which is rightly so. But, like, you know, I'm just wondering, because, like...
No, but anyway, so you have a different conception of robots than they do. Because,
oh, true, yeah.
Because robots would be just like us, like that, because we're not made for work.
Like an android or whatever.
They have them.
Right.
For war?
They have robots. We're not made for work. They
No,
don't work on that planet.
No, I mean for war. Why do they have robots then?
Work.
Just work.
It's similar to sex.
They don't work.
I'm just taking what you're saying here, because it seems kind of strange to me that you would want this race to come back, which kicked so much ass when they were last here. You know, that's where it's kind of... Like, if you're right, if this is true, that's great. But if you want to get a hold of us, okay, we're at www.rantradio.com, and you can come get us, and we'll, like, sort this out for you, because this is like... Wow, I hope you're right. I really do. Yeah, it's
Internet radio program.
Internet radio program. That's why I'm here. Like, because I saw this, and wow, this would be great for the station. But I'm just curious, because if this is true, like, I'm assuming it's true now. I'm assuming you're right. Rael's a good guy. He's the goods. Little guys talk to him in 73 on a volcano face. Okay, but I'm just worried about their intent, because if they can build robots that can look like us, act like us, but have no aggressive tendencies or no sense of
Why would they even have made us?
Why would they have made us if not for either food or slave race? That's my whole point.
Yeah, Elohim. Sure, they're all just cloning, but are we going to be somebody else's fucking dinner? That's what I want to know, okay? You want to check out a little bit more about the Elohim? Here's their website, okay? Go check these assholes out, because they think that they, you know, and here's their cloning website as well. This is a fucking handy device, a PDA, not required. Anyway, so, PDAs. What you want to do is we can sit there. You never notice I do that? I'll just start going off, and if I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say, I go, we just sit there and we move, and on the other side, we do this. I do that a lot. What's next? What's next is Army surplus gear. It's very important that to be a professional in today's day and age, you have to look the part. You have to look like, hi, I could fix your network, but I could probably kill your family. Best way to do this is do most of your shopping at an Army surplus store. And Army surplus stores are handy that way. So here's an intro for my Army surplus store segment. Woo! When you're out and you're looking around, you got to be running around in the web, on the net, and that kind of thing. It's one thing to be looking for Army surplus gear and kit that you got to keep the kit with you, but you never get a chance to actually touch it. So where do you go to get the good kit? You can go to places like eholster.com where they have, like, you know, your $150 leather sling, but what happens then? You've got no place to actually go and check out stuff hands-on. So the best place to go to check that kind of stuff out, you want to go to an Army surplus store because you get good deals at good prices if you go to the right place. Best place I found is my buddy Dave's, which is where I got my shoulder rig, which I've been wearing for a good chunk of my life. They've been snapping, going here and there, but this guy's got all the good shit from all the different countries. We're going to give a bit of a point of how that works now. Check it out. That's Dave's. Okay, first things first. When you go in an Army surplus store, you're not treated like a fucking scumbag. You're the guy there. You're paying for a product, which you should be the one who gets treated like a good person. I give a fuck how old you are because the guy's going to come in to spend cash. Now, let's see. What are you here for? We're going to be here to get gear for your kit. All right. You know, you can go to Nokia and all these other places that sell those shitty little fucking pleather cases, which are good for nothing anyway, or you can go and get something that costs you half as much, lasts you twice as long, and won't get you in trouble for stomping on squirrels. The kind of stuff I'm talking about is these guys here, Calder Ridge, for example. Now, Calder Ridge is a local company. They do all their stuff. There's places, calderridge.com, and you can pick up, let's see, a cell phone case off of these guys for like $17, $18, depending on what their make is. The advantage of going with a place that's got mil-spec gear, it's all done with heavy cordura. Everything should be double-stitched. Doesn't really matter so much what it's made of, as long as it's heavy material, but the big thing you got to watch with all things is stitching. Stitching, stitching, stitching. If the stitching's no good, get it the fuck out of here. It's okay to spend good money on kit. If you don't spend it, then get out of my face. Now, if you're going to be buying kit, the one thing you got to know is what kind of a carrying system are you going to go with? Are you going to go with a carrying system that's going to be all in your belt? You're going to get all Batman about it, or are you going to go for an all-over body solution? Okay, if you're going to go for an all-over body solution, this is the next step up because you can go from you can go to a belt solution where you take a series of belts and then put your pouches on there, which is good. However, getting in and out of vehicles can be a little bit timely, going over fences, things of that nature. The next step above that is to go for a shoulder holster solution. This is what the guys at eholster.com did. They took a general shoulderized holster, put your PDA on one side, your cell phone on the other side. Use one for a while. Very, very good. Don't drop your gear, because you know what? When you drop a $600 cell phone, it sucks a lot. Not only that, you drop your PDA, you've lost all your data. Very, very shitty. So, but then what next? Because you got your GPS, you got your MP3 player. It's just not going to fit in a shoulder rig anymore. So what do you got to do? You got to switch to an all-over body solution. Got to get that buzzword in there, okay? If anybody gives you any flack, hey, well, that's their problem, all right? What I got on here is I got an assault vest. Assault vest, you should be paying between $50 to about $120, $150 Canadian for, which is about, what, 75 cents American, something like that? But the point is if you spend the good money on the good kit, places to make good kit, guys like Black Hawk, Eagle Industries, Calder Ridge also makes some stuff, but I don't think they make any kind of assault vest solution. But if you're just going to be starting out, there's no sense going and spending $150 on getting yourself a decent assault vest. You can get some pretty good solutions for belts. A lot of belts come out, have zippers on the inside, so you can put things like handcuff keys, you can get your various lockpick tools, I mean, whatever you really need and keep in there. Usually cash. Cash is king. Got to have the cash in there. If you don't have cash in there, it's going to be no good. Okay, when you're looking at a load-bearing solution, okay, you got to make sure that you're getting something that's a little bit rugged, a little bit more hardcore. Why do you go with mil-spec rather than some shit you buy at, say, oh, I don't know, like fucking Le Chateau? The reason why is because the guys at Le Chateau don't use their gear. The king here is function over form. That's the idea. If you have the fact that you can get some good kit that's military grade, you know it's made for people who run around and shoot other people. So this is why it's a good idea to have kit made that way. This kind of stuff here, this is South African webbing, okay? This is from 1984. The load-bearing system I was wearing before, which was all black, probably pretty hard to see and to tune in on. That's also South African design. These are people who like run around in the desert all the day, every day. I mean, African climate's very, very warm. A vest solution is better than a jacket sometimes. You know what? In the summer, you're running around, you're doing a lot of stuff, you get really, really hot. Heat is a killer. Got to keep cryo. You don't keep cryo, everything goes for shit. Okay? If you're going to be buying something, make sure that your kit has got, like, don't get anything that's too worn through, because if it's going to wear out, that's no good either. And it's okay, and people go, well, I work in a corporate environment. I have to wear, you know, suits and stuff like that, Sean. The solution here is to, A, keep your kit clean